see what Josh does over the next 5 years, as he has become a very crucial part of our operation here, and really can't do my job without his experience and wealth of knowledge. So I appreciate your efforts, Josh, and look forward to the next 5 years. Thank you.
Josh, what color were you in leadership, Charlie?
Go green.
Go yellow.
Go yellow.
Yellow.
Oh,
I thought it was a yellow. I would have said that.
I will say the 5-year plaque has gotten much better than it was on my day. It looked like a tombstone.
I tell you something.
Good morning, commissioners. Thank you so much for having us do this employee recognition. We appreciate it. I'm excited to introduce Brian Solis. He's a fabulous new addition to the airport team. He's our Director of Air Service Development. He's actually from Cape Coral and has lived there and is working for RSW, the Lee County Port Authority, for more than 20 years. And we recruited him to come to work at PGD. He's done a great job for RSW in recruiting new airlines, new air service there. And we are so excited to have him on our team because he's going to help us recruit more airlines and more destinations to the airport. So we're in an exciting time right now, as you know, with our expansion. And so I just wanted to introduce Brian and give him a minute to say hello.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm excited to be here. The growth of this airport and this area is amazing, and I'm looking forward to expanding it and giving you more air service options here at the Punta Gorda Airport. Thank you.
And it was
like to-
Brian Bryant with a T.
Like to welcome you on behalf of the board, and I would like to say that I had an opportunity to meet him last week, and to show you how small the world is. When I was the airport director in Springfield, Branson, Missouri, he was in high school. So he's from Springfield. Had nothing to do with him being hired, but it's just kind of interesting.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
Mhm. He went to the wrong high school, but that's okay.
It just shows how old you are.
Okay, and I'd like to also take this opportunity to recognize Councilwoman Pulte is here from the city of Punta Gorda. She's at the meeting. She comes on a regular basis. So moving on, consent agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Consent agenda passes unanimously. Okay, moving on, Secretary Treasurer's report. Commissioner Leskovich.
Yeah, Chad, when I was looking through everything looked fantastic. But I'm going to defer to you to go in further detail here.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner. Yeah, March was an excellent month. We performed really well operationally. Revenue beat the budget by about 12% for the month of March, and expenses were about $140,000 under what we had budgeted for the month. And we had a nice operating gain for the month of about $1.5 million. So $513,000 ahead of what we had projected for the month of March. We did have a couple of those revenue drivers. Jet fuel outperformed budget. Primarily, I think it was due to the increased jet fuel costs, so the revenue was a little higher there. Airline fuel, our hookup fee, we were up about 40% over what we had budgeted, and that's just increased flights from what we had planned in our budget. We don't always know what the air carrier schedule is going to be when we're budgeting, so that can change during the year. Car rental revenues were up. Again, that has to do with passenger activity. And then food and beverage revenues were also up by about 15% from what we had budgeted, and that's directly related to our passenger increases that we've been seeing. As far as the balance sheet, there's nothing really to note there. Our accounts receivable, our properties and finance staff, they're continuing to keep in contact with our tenants and customers to bring them into compliance with their rent payments. We've done a pretty good job so far. A couple of ground transportation operators that we're continuing to chase, but overall, I think that the accounts receivables are looking pretty good. That's all I have.
Okay. Moving on, liaison reports. I'll start off with a report from City Council and reviewing their agenda. Nothing there that really would be of major interest to the airport authority. Sean?
Yes, I have nothing to report.
Mr. Thornberry?
We just had our MPO meeting this week and usual business. Basically finalized our unified work plan, long-term transportation plan after going through, reviewing several drafts over several meetings. I did take a trip to the MPLAC, which Mr. Hansick opted not to take on my behalf. And that was to Orlando, which was a long day, but just as always, when you get there and start getting into the information and sharing ideas with other elected officials and members of the MPO, I found it very beneficial. And other than that, the EDP has not had any meetings that I'm aware of since our last meeting, and so there's nothing to report there.
Steve, anything on the school board?
No, just the last day of school is next Friday. I've had 3 students from Charlotte High who are recently graduating, who are all reached out to me about working for the airport. I just happen to know them from coaching them and mentoring them over the year, so I've directed them to the website and the powers that be, so you may be expecting some recently graduated Charlotte High students to be reaching out to you guys.
Okay, I think for the benefit of people that aren't aware of it, it's interesting to note that the Naples is looking at converting the management of the airport from city council to an airport authority. The governor's already approved the vote. There's a lot of controversy on it, but basically they like to get the same form of government we have here for the Naples airport. And I also understand in the rumor mill, some of that is going on. It relates to RSW also, but that's just rumor.
For RSW to do what?
Go to an airport authority.
Oh, go to an airport authority.
Yeah.
The RSW is a dependent special district.
It's what, I'm sorry?
A dependent special district.
Help with
We're
that.
independent. So they're basically, the county commission is the airport authority.
And they rely on taxpayer dollars?
No.
No.
I don't know. So it's still an enterprise fund.
They do have a 5-member, I think it's 5, maybe 7.
Advisory
board
Yeah.
makes decisions much like this body does, but then it's all taken up to the county commission in a separate meeting to approve or disapprove what they do.
And I think Mr. Carr is on that advisory board.
Brother Dana Carr serves on that board.
Yeah.
Yes, for many years.
Many years, right?
And some of the reports are indicating Naples may want to start bringing in commercial airlines as well.
American is committed to bringing the RJ service in there to Charlotte.
Mr. Carr, do we need you to draft up an NDA for Mr. Perry so he can't talk to these other airports down there?
Well, sir, I believe that he's bound by contract and should leave. He gets hung at the morning. I have to put that sneak provision down the bottom. If you leave, you get hung.
Yeah.
All right.
Is the pushback to your hearing, is it regarding mostly commercial traffic at that point?
I don't think it has anything to do with Americans' announcement. It's just their form of government. The only thing that I understand, some of their board members, which are basically city council members, as I understand it, aren't real supportive of the airport. There's been a lot of controversy down there over the years over the noise of the jets.
That's what I was getting at.
So,
Changing speakers, but I think they're fairly landlocked there, aren't they?
yes.
They are.
And they have a lot of residential development around the end of the runways.
Their private aircraft there is like a Congo line during the season, trying to get their private jet out onto the
Is that where you keep yours?
One of them.
So there's no reason for us to worry in that regard.
No.
Okay, moving on. Now it's your turn, Mr. Carr.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. It's a busy time at the airport. We are dealing with multiple contracts that are in the phases of either completion or near completion. And as a result, there's a certain tussle towards the end of them, trying to get them completed. Some are overdue. I'm engaged with their legal counsel and the leader of that, along with Mr. Roche, Mr. White, James, dealing with trying to get those closed out. We've hired some experts to try and assist us on that. I'd like to say we're in it closer, but we send them information and we get no response until about a month later, and then they respond. I believe the projects are actually going along well or towards completion, and we've formulated that process. The difficulty, of course, is cost overruns, and claims that they're seeking, which we are diligently pushing back on. They are major projects, but I think they're going to come on, at least on the current schedule, on time, which was the biggest issue that we had moving forward. If you want more information, I'll defer to Mr. White on that. Various leases in work, one big piece of land, and another relative to the restaurant that we're working on. I'm working on with Chad. Probably the biggest issue that we currently have deals with the racetrack. The county has decided, for reasons that just follow me, that somehow it is now a non-conforming use, and also has complaints associated with, I think, various permits that aren't closed out there from prior people. This all came to our attention that it was set for a hearing. I wound up getting that continued. It's now set over for June, and I'm preparing diligently to take care of that time. I'm hoping that they realize that maybe they've made an error and will withdraw that. But if they don't, then we'll be prepared to proceed.
They had a huge event there. Was it last weekend? That place was full.
I can't speak to the success of this place, but it does, according to Mr. Parrish, pays a significant amount of rent, and it's worth the fight to keep it.
them.
There's some issues. It's that, as you may know, under the current zoning here, and what we call the ECAP, it's a non-conforming use. Non-conforming uses are allowed; they remain grandfathered in, I'm sorry. And when they're grandfathered in, they're allowed to continue use. I think, although their position doesn't seem to be very specified, which is one of my complaints, to take the position that somehow there's been significant modifications which initiated the grandfathered status, and as a result, it should no longer be operating. I believe what they're alleging. One of the contests I have with them is I don't believe they're very clear about what they're asserting. Correct.
So they're not alleging they have a problem with the operation. It's just a quote unquote zoning thing.
Well,
permit.
yes, the permit, they think that the use should have been terminated because it's been improperly expanded, I think is the basic premise. In addition, they have a second part of it deals with what they say, and again, I'm being vague here because the complaint is vague. The complaint itself says there's some uncompleted building permits out there, which we didn't pull, somebody else pulled. Why exactly we're the defendant in that, I haven't yet had that defined. Despite repeated contacts with them, they produced little or no documentation associated with this, including 2 public records requests.
And this is with the county.
Yes, it's our beloved Charlotte County.
Mr. Chair, so if they wanted to bring somebody in to rectify expired permits or old permits, are they obstructing that because of the non-conforming status that's being claimed? In other words, if they wanted to bring and close out old permits.
Well, Commissioner Thunberg, I wish I could answer that question, but frankly, what I'll call the complaint that we have lists various permits. They don't have those permits in their files. I've twice requested it from them through public records request. I've requested it from the county attorney. Got no response to any of the documents. In fact, the last response I got was 2 weeks ago after I filed my second public records request, and the attorney told me they're still preparing it and to get back to them with another public records request in a week or so.
The problem is we don't even know who pulled the permit.
Right.
It could be from the 90s. We're just trying to figure it out.
We deal with this a lot, left over from Hurricane Ian and even some cases Charlie, believe it or not.
Really?
And, we're asked to go in and help rectify a code case in that regard. But my other question is the claim of expansion, is that structural or is it mostly like excavating and site work?
There's 2 concepts relative to expansion. One could be the expansion of what I'll call the footprint of the facility. which my understanding is the footprint has remained pretty much the same. We're talking about the land footprint for 20, 30 years or not longer. Then I think the other complaint deals with what I'll call use. So the new facility company that's in there, Motor Bros, has done an exceptional job of cleaning it up, changing the track around. They built a small like warm-up track over on the left, and they now use it for motorcycles. In my period of time here, I've known that facility to race school buses, dirt car tracks, stock cars, demolition derbies. Why exactly they think they have a problem with this, if there's a change of use, they've yet to disclose that to me. And this is a quasi-judicial process, so I don't really have the ability to depose anybody. I've sent a repeated request to both the county attorney and to his assistant, and gotten no response to the details associated with this.
So it's quasi judicial now. Has a formal complaint been filed into the county?
Well, it's quasi-judicial in the sense that it's a zoning hearing, so these are all
Okay.
quasi-judicial. They're in front of Mr.
Okay.
Burnson, who you may know.
Yeah.
He's going to be the person. I also have a major belief that I think they don't have jurisdiction over it. I think that because we are, as James indicated earlier, an independent special district created by the legislature of the state of Florida, we exist much like a municipality would. And as a result of that, I don't know that they necessarily have control over our zoning one way or the other. And if they want to test all of that, then I'm going to do that in the circuit court. We've always cooperated with them. Why they decided to not cooperate with us here, be responsive in detail with us and resolve this, I can't speak to that. They are simply non-responsive. And I believe this was even, I don't want to speak for James, presented by James to the county administrator, and again, non-responsive.
Interesting.
Frankly, it's bad, but the only thing I know is I'm going to prepare that in the event we go to the quasi-judicial hearing, in the event that I'll have a court reporter there if necessary, then I'll proceed forward with the circuit court. I have some thoughts of perhaps filing a preemptive action in the circuit court associated with their lack of jurisdiction over the matter and see if I can't get some injunctive relief. I just simply cannot get the county to respond in any coherent manner to anything about it.
So as of now or the near future, their operation is not being hindered, correct?
They have not requested, nor they have not. Frankly, I wish they would proceed. They're allowed to proceed in these actions in the courts. I've actually asked them to do that so we could use formal discovery associated with the issues. No response. The only thing I had was when I initially, it came to our attention actually because another attorney saw it on their agenda, was it still a month ago? I called them up and I spoke with them and they agreed to continue it to June. I think it's June 3rd, June 3rd. And again, no documents. They did disclose to me there are two witnesses, neither of which I think have any historical knowledge on the use of the property. It's baffling.
Do you think this is a segue to answer the biggest question of jurisdiction that you've alluded to?
Well, they've categorically denied my pushback, saying they don't have a jurisdiction. That was from the actual county attorney. I pointed to him that I don't necessarily understand the distinction between a special district and a legislative created district. Remember, our entity here is created by the legislature of the state of Florida. And it says there that we have the authority to maintain, control, and operate all our lands. It does not say that we are subject to any of the zoning requirements of the county. Now, building codes, that's a different story because building codes are controlled by state statute and they are universal across the state. But as to the zoning, I don't think they even have authority to do that. And if they want to test it, I mean, I'm willing to test it in circuit court and to even take it up on appeal and if necessary to the legislature. But frankly, it's just mind-boggling that they want to fight with us on this issue and be totally non-responsive to the attorney.
I'm having flashbacks of a little letter we had to sign or what was attempted to sign with a certain municipality on a water meter issue. So, yeah, okay. It'll be interesting to see how that.
Well, we can drag the city into this too, I guess.
I said municipality. Anyway.
No, but that's interesting. Be interesting to get that question answered. I mean, for the future of the airport. I mean, because we got a lot of stuff going on here.
But we being the airport have always
Cooperated, sure.
Relative to the ECAP and how this process works, the building codes. We've even gotten letters from them associated. I think James opened a trailer park and got some problems with that.
It's not a trailer park.
We were parking trailers. They didn't like the fact that we're doing that. James cooperated with them in rectifying that issue. And on this particular matter, it is just stupefying, really. I just cannot tell you how mind-boggling it is, how non-responsive the county is about this, and their apparent attempt to continue to proceed forward with hearing, and I'm going to be there.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. I assume that concludes your report.
Yes, and the only reason I bring that one up to you is it's probably going to hit the paper, and if necessary, I may have to file the preemptive lawsuit to preclude them from doing anything. And the most baffling thing about it is, not only are they not totally non-responsive, totally uncooperative associated with it, but remember, their only authority in the event that they do find that we're violating a zoning is to impose a lien or a penalty against us.
Yeah.
Well, how do you enforce that? So let's assume that we lose and they say, all right, well, now we're going to impose this penalty against you. So how exactly does the county enforce that? Suppose we just ignore them. Say, all right, record your lien. Well, you can't lien county property or our property. So what are you going to do? Some of you may remember President Jackson once said, after the Supreme Court ruled against him, he said, "You've made your ruling, now enforce it." So you may just go there. Of course, I don't want to be General Jackson, but that's what I'm saying.
I say from the discussion we've had here that the board is behind your efforts to go down this road.
Well, I've learned historically, if somebody pushes, the best thing to do is push back.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, CEO's report, Mr. Parrish.
Thank you. So in relation to what Attorney Carr is discussing, we have a potential tenant that we're going to have a similar issue with, and we're in early stages of negotiation on that one. But they do a lot of outdoor storage of equipment. They would build a 10,000 square foot office building and then have outdoor storage, which is specifically not allowed in the county zoning. And that was the issue with the trailers that were owned by FEMA that we had to get rid of. This would be a 25-acre tenant. That's significant in our industrial park. They're a national brand, so it's something we're really interested in getting here. It's not, something small. So we really need to resolve this issue in the near future. But with that, I'll pass it along to Mr. White and the development update.
Good morning, Commissioners. Development, construction, staying pretty busy here at the airport. This is all standard information that I'm going to go through, but like always, if y'all ever want to do tours or anything or check on progress, come see me anytime. I'd love to show you around. To get right into it, in our planning, our taxiway Delta and Foxtrot realignment, that is on for approval at this meeting to get the design going. We're going to go ahead and design that, and then we will construct it in 27. Our master plan, we're finalizing the scope and the fee with our consultants. We're working closely with the FAA and DOT right now. We got our first round of comments back in, and we're finalizing the scope this week, hopefully. Currently in design and out to bid, the Golf Course Challenger Boulevard Perimeter Road project. That bid, we got those bids back. They were significantly lower than what our engineer's estimate was, which is a good thing. So we're currently working to get that grant application into the FAA. The funding for DOT and Enterprise was pulled, so the funding source for that one will solely be on the FAA now. Our master drainage, we're finalizing the scope and putting that into work. That should be done here hopefully after rainy season. Currently under construction, our new FBO hangar. The slab was poured earlier this week, which was a big step. We're currently waiting on the metal building, which I'm told will be in around mid-June, towards the end, and that'll be erected. Our inline baggage system has been operational for a couple months now. It's really starting to flow. We're completing the finishes in the existing new gate areas, which were part of that building. They're putting in carpet and ceiling tiles right now. We're hoping to open those 2 new gates beginning of June here. Perimeter Road, that is completed. We're completing closeout with the contractor and the FAA right now on that one. Our commercial terminal expansion, which is our biggest one, going on at the airport. They're currently doing the drywall and the interior on the north end of it. working on all the mechanical trades right now. Most of the building is dried in. We had a small delay in some of the insulated metal building panels. The rest of those should be here hopefully in a couple weeks, and they can finish drying in the building. They're currently working on the apron outside of the terminal. We currently have 2 plane spots closed right now. We got a concrete poured scheduled for Friday and a couple next week, as we work our way down, finishing the site work and getting out of that. Our taxiway C and CD improvements, we're finalizing the final striping on that, and then we'll work on closeout. Our taxiway Alpha reconstruction, we currently have runway 422 closed down right now. We're in the final phase of taxiway Alpha, where they are paving today. The plan is to finalize that and put our temporary striping up next week and open 422 back up. Once that's done, we have to wait 30 days for final striping, and then everything on the airfield will be complete for a while till we start the Delta Foxtrot. Our air center apron expansion, we completed the first phase in the on the apron. We've moved on to the next 2 phases. So we have half of the air center entrance shut down right now, but that's going well. You know, we're in the rainy season now, so that's going to put a little hamper on the schedule, but we're moving forward with that. Our Building 97 replacement, which is Air Trek, that is now dried in. They hung the door this week on it, and they're going to start finishes on the inside soon. The plan for that building is for them to be completed around the August timeframe, and they can move over from 101 into there shortly after. So I just want to give you a little snippet of that. If y'all have any questions, please let me know. If you ever want to do a tour, we're more than happy to take you out.
In your packet, you'll see pictures. These are current pictures. We update them, but you know, you can see what's going on. A lot of construction. We hope to calm down on the airfield in the next month or 2, and just concentrate on the terminal and the GA aprons.
When do you guys expect the contract on Challenger Road to come to us?
We're
Waiting on the
probably
FAA.
bring the contract and give me the grant offer, or give me a approval to sign the grant offer next month.
So we'll get it next month, and then when you get the grant, you can run with it. Okay.
All right, marketing update, Ms. Miller.
Good morning again. You have a copy of the marketing report in front of y'all. April was pretty busy. As season kind of concluded, we're getting a nice break, like James said, to do construction and things of that nature. The honor flight was April 28th, and that was probably our most well-attended by the public. It was like a block party outside in front of the terminal. And it arrived pretty much on time, and we really had a lot of great news coverage from that, as well as social media coverage. We also continue to get good media coverage from being one of the TSA screening partners, and as you continue to follow that, you'll see that there's more and more of a push for that. But Ray is our expert on that, so if you have any questions about that, you can ask him. We've also probably noticed our logo kind of transition. We've modernized it a little bit. And we've transitioned to that, the new sign outside the inline baggage screening at the terminal, as well as our digital footprint. We've transitioned to this newer refresh logo. It'll take time, of course, to transition all the physical signage. Everywhere you see the old logo on the physical signs, it'll take a year, 2, and as maintenance requires it, we'll update those logos as well. So our staff will continue to wear uniforms, and you can continue to wear your old logo shirts. And as we buy new ones, you get the new logo on those as well. The other thing you'll notice on our website and social media is we've added a tagline, your gateway to Southwest Florida. And we really want to encourage, people to continue to use that tagline, and we're going to make sure it's included in all our text and search engine optimization, because we feel that a lot of people around the country still don't know where Punta Gorda is. So we're continuing to use that tagline, Gateway to Southwest Florida, so that people have a geographic understanding of where we are. So that continues to be important from a marketing perspective and air service development, of course. And the other thing, of course, the new flight to La Crosse, Wisconsin was announced a couple days ago. So that's exciting, and that's continues to be a great partnership with Allegiant as they grow their small hub strategy, and we're definitely continue to be a part of that. And as Brian comes back and reports more about his progress in the future, hopefully we'll get service to a major hub daily with a legacy carrier. That continues to be one of our goals, as well as grow other carriers as well. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll continue on. I appreciate you sharing the good news on your social media channels and with your friends and peers. Thank you.
All right, Mr. LaRoche?
Good morning again. Aviation ops in April were down slightly. A couple reasons for that. Again, we talked about it last month with fuel prices increasing. They were back up again this month, so that impacted some of the flying, general aviation and flight schools. Also, with the runway construction, runway 422 was closed for the majority of the month. So you'll see total ops down about 2,300 for April versus last year. Passenger traffic was about flat, just under down about 2%. Again, that was expected in our discussions with the carriers that we were going to be down or flat this year. It's good to hear that we are adding La Crosse, Wisconsin, so hopefully that'll increase our traffic through season next year, starting in October. Avgas gallons sold off the truck, again, that was down about 2,100 gallons from last year, and you'll see some of that was made up in self-serve, which is the next slide. We were actually up about 500 gallons in self-serve sold. The price difference between those two is just over $1, so it's $7.64 off the truck and $6.54 at self-serve. So that's why I think some of those people are transitioning over to self-serve that would normally take it off of the truck. Jet A gallons sold were actually up over last year, pretty comparable to the previous year before that. Again, Jet A gallon price right now is $7.83. So that is affecting some of the traffic there as well. And then airline gallons pumped, again flat, same as last year with that pretty much flat passenger traffic and throughput of the carriers. If you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer those for you.
Keep in mind, the state of Florida was desperately low on jet fuel.
Yeah.
And so they were tankering in a lot. So I think that put March down and April right where we thought it would be. We think we've got the jet fuel issue in Florida taken care of, but you guys that have been on the board a while know that we ran out of avgas about 6 years ago and are having to bring it in from South Carolina.
And I did meet with our rep from Titan this week, discussing additional options for other ports to go to if we run into that situation again. So we are exploring some additional options. We've been able to maintain right around 240,000 gallons on hand every day this month. So that again goes to our team at the fuel farm there that are working nonstop to keep those levels up.
And we're also exploring options of adding another 200 to 250,000 gallons of storage.
How much are one of the big tanks?
Ours are either 30,000 or 20,000, depending on the tanks. So the current ones that we're installing are 30,000 double wall tanks.
You're thinking about adding 7 to 8 more tanks?
Or one large one.
Or one large one.
Or
Guy, where are you going?
tank? Oh, you mean like a big round tank?
Yes.
Yeah. Same location?
Would you fill that as a reserve, like a big reserve?
I mean, ideally, we'd like to have 5 days of fuel on hand in season. Right now, with operating 40 to 50 flights a day, it becomes challenging to do that. So we're looking at you know, we don't want that to be a pinch point when we bring in other carriers either. So the sooner we can look at options for either being able to get more loads in on a regular basis. Right now, we can get 10 to 15 loads in a day, but that's dependent on the ports because it takes so long for the truck drivers to wait at the ports. If we can get more loads in during the day, we don't have to expand as fast as we might need to if we have to stay with the same operators delivering the fuel.
I can't remember, what's the age on jet fuel? Does it age out after?
That I'd have to defer to Eric on that. He's got a
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long can
Well, the shelf life on jet.
We go through it too fast to
Yeah.
find out, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it relates to Mr. Carr's question on the big round tank, you know.
I'll get
Pull
back
out
to you
a-
on that.
we have?
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, so over in the fuel farm, there's that pond right there that was permitted at one point to fill in. We'd have to re-permit that and fill that in. That was part of our concern a while back when we had a tenant in that area. Now that we have that facility there, the building and the fuel farm area, we've put it inside the fence so it's more secure now and have the ability to expand for future.
Okay. Okay, moving on. Item 13, any old business?
No, sir.
Okay, new business. We got some scheduling things we got to look at, so.
Yeah, I'd like to have, prior to us finishing the budget and having the budget workshop, have a rates and charges workshop again. And I tentatively have put it on my calendar for the 23rd of July. But if we could coordinate calendars and pick a date.
I cannot do 23rd or that week period.
And I'm no good between July 26th and August 9th.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. So you have to move it up. Yeah. Are you ready to move it? Is it ready to go,
no.
more or less?
I mean, we could probably do it in June if we want to. What can we? Let me see. Our next meeting is the 18th. Yeah. Well, that I don't know. I just wake up that morning. Yeah, you want to just do it immediately following the 18th meeting?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I don't travel. with
Actually,
mine,
Mr.
so-
Parrish, I won't be here on June
Oh.
18th. I'm going to be in Ohio.
And I'm gone
Father's Day, 21st.
20, yeah, I'm gone that 19th.
Yeah, the week before I'll be in DC all week, the 8th through the 12th.
What about June 25th?
That works for me.
Works for me.
I won't be here.
I won't be here.
Just as an option, since it's not a regular board meeting, we could do. it
I'll
via
be
Zoom.
returning
If you.
the afternoon of the
I mean, you can Still
26th.
open it. Our bylaws currently require board meetings to be, you have to attend them in person during COVID. Since a workshop, I think you have the potential of doing these. I suggest you do that. I'm just saying, I think that because there's no decision to be made, obviously it's still open to the public. You could do it via Zoom, given our travel schedules, et cetera. And that leads to another point, is that someday you might want to just consider making board meetings, at least allowing each member to attend via Zoom 1 or 2 times a year so that we can keep a full quorum during these times when we're all frolicking about.
So why don't we
Gotta write that word down, frolic.
tentatively, can we just schedule it for the 18th, even though, I mean, that, we already have a board meeting scheduled that day.
Yeah, we're all,
And if,
I'm going to be in Ohio, but I can certainly appear by Zoom to at least hear what's going on and still participate for the workshop.
Yeah. That'd be great. I mean, I think that's probably the best option.
Yeah,
I do.
fine.
We do need a motion and a second to schedule that.
I'd make a motion to do it on June 18th, following the board meeting.
I'll second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the September 17th board meeting. Two of us will be out of town at a airport conference. You could have it without us. It's you and me, so.
Yeah, they can do what they want.
Yeah, but I'd like to schedule that to the 24th.
Yeah, moving it to the.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll go to the 24th.
September 24th?
September
I could do that.
That's good with me.
Okay,
Okay, so we'll need a motion for that.
I'll move to approve item 14B, moving the currently scheduled board meeting of September 17th and moving it to September 24th.
Okay.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion
Aye.
passes
That's
unanimously.
September, right?
September 24th.
September,
You're moving from the 17th to the 24th.
yes.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the taxiway F realignment and the taxiway D extension of the bypass that it currently has. This would, I was here when we designed taxiway F, and at the time we had to get around a building that hasn't been there since Hurricane Charlie. That's why there's that strange turn in it. This would take that out. It would give us the opportunity at a later date to expand the commercial ramp and then also continue with the offset design on taxiway Delta. This was in our master plan. The FAA was going to fund design this year and construction next year. They decided they would do design and construction next year, but we need to get the project designed this year. And with that money, they're going to pay for the Challenger. So it's a win-win for us, but we have selected Kimley Horn to do the work. We've negotiated a scope and a fee, and we've had an independent cost estimate on that. And so the contract amount is $579,616, and that'll be funded 90% FAA, 5% DOT, and 5% PFCs.
Now, this is where we got the bump around the terminal building, right?
It'll continue that all the way to Foxtrot.
I'll move to approve 14C as presented.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Probably had some questions about the contractor, but that's okay. He's out there, so I had to
Yeah.
give him a little dig.
I will say that this was two separate projects. Putting it together as one saved
It
us
saved a lot
a
of money.
significant amount of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, you're right.
The last item on the agenda is a contract with Sunland Paving for just under $100,000. This will be funded through our CFC account, which is our rental car concession fees. This will fill in where the building was just taken down, the old rental car center, to expand parking in that area. It also includes, will ultimately include, this contract does not, but we're going to be adding some lighting, striping, and other things that we'll just take care of. But this will finalize that entire area. We can get some landscaping back in there and make that look normal again.
Mr. Parrish, did you say funding with CFC or PFC?
CFC.
CFC, okay. Then I'll move to approve 16D to allow Mr. Parrish to execute the agreement with Sunland Paving Company, Inc. in the amount of $98,933.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously. Okay, any one in the public wish to address the airport authority on anything you have on your mind or wish to discuss? Seeing no one coming forward, we'll move on to commissioners' comments.
As I indicated, I won't be here June 18th. I'll be in Ohio, but I'll be able to participate by Zoom for at least the workshop. Brian, congratulations to you for coming here on board and leaving RSW and coming to PGD. We welcome you and wish you the best of luck and looking forward to working with you. Josh is, we'll still see Josh next week or next month for some kind of recognition. It seems like every month he's doing something up here. But keep up the great work, Josh. That's all I have. And between now and then, if you have kids, have fun on the last day of school with them and let's go from there.
Okay, Sean?
Yeah, same. Welcome, Brian. Congratulations, Josh.
TJ?
Same thing. Brian, welcome. Look forward to the fruits of your labor. And Josh, great job. Keep up the great work. Also, I had an opportunity to tour the construction projects with Brett and James. And if you haven't done that, it's well worth the time just to see, feel, and be in those spaces. And the progress is incredible. You guys are just moving things along great, and we're very blessed with a great staff. So I'm very grateful for that. And other than that, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I think the public's going to be really impressed what we've been able to do with the terminal expansion. It looking more like a real airport.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I meant that as a comment. And as far as Brian's concerned, he should have gone to Gilchrist instead of Kickapoo. I think that's where my kids went. So, okay, with that, meeting's adjourned.